Hello,
Hello.
hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How was your week?
Mm, I ate meat.
Ooh. Korean barbecue?
Yes.
Ooh, nice. No, I'm not picking you up there. You're so silly. Blaster is whining in the background. My son came in, right, to
Oh,
snuggle. Oh my, okay, Blaster. Okay. And now Blaster wants up there. Okay. There.
yes.
Oh my goodness. So silly. Mm. So you had Korean barbecue this week?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, that's awesome. I had IHOP last night. Do you know what IHOP is?
Mm,
It's the International House of Pancakes. It's it is an American food chain. It's a place that serves all sorts of different types of pancakes. I don't go there very often, so yesterday was a little fun. So I understand feeling excited about food. Is is getting to eat Korean barbecue like a really special treat?
like, do you know galbi?
Uh, galbi?
Yes, it's like Korean barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh,
yummy.
oh, that is true. That is true. Let me see. We are on chapter. Mm-mm. Let me get back over to the. My Kindle is full of nothing but Hunter x Hunter lately. My sister got a lot of books. Mm, okay. Okay, and I think it's this one. Let's do screen share. I can make the whole screen bigger. There we go. Then did we do chapter 5
Yeah.
last week? We did already?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't remember us this, but uh oh no, I don't remember this. I think we left off at chapter 5. Or oh no, I remember what it is. We didn't get through
Yes.
all the way. Yeah. Okay, so we left off at this page. Okay. All right, so I'm pretty sure we got over to here. And then, okay, so then we'll pick up here then. All right.
Hmm?
All right, we can start at this then.
Okay.
All right.
Drake opened it. It's a letter from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Drake, it is good here in the fields. The onions are big. I know you were busy helping the king with his special project. But I miss you. Work hard. Love your mother. Drake
Aw.
felt tears. Oh,
Mhm.
oh, staying his eyes. He knew he was doing important work for the king, but he still missed his mom.
Mhm.
I wish I could tell my family about the dragons. Drake said they have to they have to be kept discreet. Rory warned, I wish
Yep.
my father would write to me more often. Anna said, I'd like to hear about his adventures. What kinds of adventures? Boo asked. My father sells beautiful fabrics, she
Mhm.
said. He travels all over faraway lands selling them, and we live near the pyramids. So I often went there with him. What's a pyramid? Rory asked.
Yep. Pyramid is, and there we go.
It holds a king's body after he dies. It's sort of shaped like this. Anna made a triangle shape with her hands. The pyramids are bigger than anything you've ever seen. Your dad's adventures sound amazing, said Drake. They
Mhm.
are, Anna sighed, but they are so dangerous. There are many robbers on the roads. The robbers steal from people who have goods to sell like our fabrics,
Yep.
and they often steal gold and other treasures from the pyramids. That is why my father did not argue when King Roran's men came for me. He knew I would be safer elsewhere. I
Good.
said. Boo was quiet. I guess everyone else is just as homesick as I am. Drake thought.
Okay.
After dinner, Drake and Belle went to the room that they shared. Drake climbed into bed and fell asleep right away. He dreamed of rivers and big tombs shaped like triangles. Then the desert sky turned green, bright green. Drake woke up. The
Mhm.
green dragonstone around his neck was glowing brightly. Ron needs me, Drake thought. Then he heard Worm's voice inside his mind. Come now.
Okay. You can continue the next chapter.
Okay.
Mhm.
Drake jumped out of bed. He shook Bo awake. Worm needs us. Drake cried. That was all Bo needed to hear. The boys raced downstairs to the door that led to the dragon training area. Drake tried to open it. It's locked. Drake cried. Good thing I have a key, said a voice. Drake and Bo turned around. Rory and Anna were standing there. Rory held up a key.
Mhm.
Where did you get that? Drake asked. I swiped it from one of the castle guards when I first got here, Rory
Good.
said. It's a skeleton key. It
Good.
ups, opens up all the locks in the castle. We came running as soon as we heard you two stomping down the hall. Anna added. We figured something was up. I'm glad you came, but please hurry, Drake said. Rory opened the door. When they got to Capri Cave, Worm was in front of it. How did Worm get out of his cave? Drake wondered.
Mm-hmm.
Worm, what's wrong? He asked. Worm nodded toward Capri. The cave to her cave was open and the dragon monsters sat inside. Griffith was asleep in the corner. Books were
Yep.
plied around
Yep.
him.
Griffith. Well, there's a period there, so it's Griffith. What Griffith was asleep in the corner. Pause. Books were piled around him.
Oh, Griffith
Mm-hmm.
was asleep in the corner. Books were peeled around
Piled.
a pile around him. Capri was asleep too, but she looked sicker than before. Her scales looked dull. She looked thin and pale. Her breathing
Mm-hmm.
was loud and heavy. The dragon masters were stunned. She wasn't this sick earlier, Rory said. Did the potion make her worse? Maybe. It just didn't work, Boo said.
Okay.
We have to do something, Anna cried. Draco looked at Worm. Isn't there anything we can do? Draco whispered.
Mm-hmm.
Worm's body began to glow. Draco wasn't sure why, but he knew just what to do. He put one hand on Worm's snout and one hand on Capri's tail. Everybody touch Worm now, he
Mm-hmm.
yelled.
Good. That word is startled.
Startled, his
Mm-hmm.
friends obeyed.
Yep. Good.
They all laid their hands on Worm. Griffith's eyes snapped open. What, what is going on? The wizard asked. But before Drake
Mm-hmm.
could answer, green light exploded in the room, blinding them.
Good. All right. We will pause there. Okay. So we'll go back. Oh, no. Here we go. Okay. And I'm gonna move this into frame. It's not very big, but I'm going to, I've got this, but I'll pull it up on the annotations here. Okay. So with this word, let's draw a little thing here. You only did it once, and every time after you corrected yourself. So good job. You said open it,
Oh,
but every single time after you said opened. Yeah,
open.
which is nice because you you recognized that this is, well, if it'll let me draw it. Ah, this E is silent, right? So you said opened afterwards. So I was
Open.
really happy about that because, as long as you correct yourself later on and you realize your mistake, then I'm just like, oh, yes. So, so that's good. So that one only happened one time. And if I don't know if you can see, but here, let me clear this real quick. Let me stop share really quick. Over here, I don't know if you can see, but none of the words repeated. So you only did it one time, right? Which
Yes.
is good because as long as a word does not make it onto the board more than once, that means that you're recognizing that um, that it was mispronounced, right? And you correct yourself, which is, to me, that matters more than, oh, I didn't get it right, this time, right? What I care about is seeing improvement, which always happens when you read to me. And so you're just like, I'm just like, Jenny, my good reader.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so a couple of words that we had were we had the word opened, right? Which you again pronounced opened. Uh, Another one that we had was fabrics, but that is because the F and
Yeah.
the V sound are difficult for you. Um, and that is why you pronounced it fabrics with a P. Um, this one here is also, it was just a matter of quickly reading. Um, you ended up dropping the AL in
Mm,
all. But that's okay. This one here, quiet,
yeah.
is because you pronounced it quiet. The QU sound can be very difficult for Korean speakers.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that. As you get more practice, it will become more natural sounding for you. So this part here, this one, rivers, the V was pronounced like a B. And again, that brings us back to F and V sounds that are difficult, right? Voice, right?
Yeah.
Tends to turn. What I notice happening is that F turns into this a lot of times for you, and then V, right, turns into like a B, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Needed, you forgot the ED part. You only did that one time though. And that
Yeah.
was a matter of how quickly we were reading. Um, Not because you don't know how to pronounce it, because all other times that you have said
Mm,
needed, you say needed. Right? Um, the on page 42 specifically, and I'll screen share again. Okay, so over here, right here, the castle. When it's a skeleton key. It opens up all the locks in this castle. You said this instead of the. Sometimes our mind, because when we read quickly, one of the cool phenomenon that happens that enables us to read quickly is that your mind can see your eyes perceive the first letter or even the second letter, and then it fills in the rest based on what it normally hears or uses in a sentence, right? So sometimes if we're reading really quickly, our brains will replace a word because we're not, you know, um, fully focusing on every single letter. Um, and that's not a bad thing per se. Speed reading can be very helpful. Like visual speed reading can be very helpful when you are trying to study a lot of material in a short amount of time. Um, and so that's not, that's not a bad thing. Um, but we just need to be more mindful when you are reading aloud. You
yeah.
have to read a little slower, and you have to make sure that you put, like with our punctuation here, when I was like, oh, we need to, pause and then pause, right? We pause at punctuation. Um, and that will also help um, get rid of that tendency when you're reading aloud. All right. So
Yeah.
when you're reading to yourself, that it's not a problem, because speed reading, when you are reading in your inner
Yeah.
dialogue to yourself,
Yeah.
is actually a good thing. okay, for studying purposes. But for reading aloud purposes, the opposite is true. So when you read aloud, you want to read slower. And then let's see. For Griffith, we ran into the TH
Yeah.
letter pair pronounced as S.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad though. My son even does that. That's because he has a speech impediment. It's easy to pronounce it as S sometimes, especially if it is at the end of a word. That is where I'm noticing that you are doing it. When it is in the middle, when TH is in the middle of a word, you don't do it. It only happens when it's at the end of a word, I've
Oh.
noticed. Yeah. Um, so good, again, every week you make improvements, and it really makes me happy. And then the last word was dull. This is an This is an and you put it as a dual, like ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you pronounced it as so instead of it being a short U, you pronounced it as a long U. No. So, let me stop share so you could see my notes. Here we go. So again, down here we've got, if it is a short one, I will normally put the little V symbol above it, right? For the
Yeah.
for the vowels. If it is a long vowel, I'll normally put a line above it if we're going into phonetics and pronunciation. If you ever see any of those symbols, that's what they mean, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So other than this, it is there are really no how to other than some of these words, the phonetics are really good, right? And so the only thing I think that we really need to put some practice during the week when you're not with Miss Katie
Yeah.
is doing your F and V, okay?
Yeah.
Your THs will come. Those are, more difficult. I would rather that you focus on your F and your V sounds. So again, V like vroom 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 vroom, right?
Yeah.
All of your your motor sounds. You're a motor and you say vroom 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 vroom. Va 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 va, like vase, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. Over, over, over is another good one to repeat to help you with the V sound.
Yeah.
Right? And then just remember a V sound, the lips will not touch. It's almost like your teeth go on top of your bottom lip to stop your lips from touching.
Mm.
Yeah, more teeth though.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, yes. Close. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. And a good way to do that also is you almost poke your bottom lip out as you
Yeah.
touch it with your top teeth. Because you want to touch the back part of your bottom lip.
Oh.
hmm Try it for me.
Oh. With.
Yep. You touch the back part of your bottom lip with your upper teeth.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. Poke your lip out.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you notice how it makes a weird sort of. It
I.
reminds me of those party things that extend out
Yeah.
like that. If you also practice with those, right?
Yeah.
Just blowing them, you'll get used to the amount of air that you need to blow out when you make a V because a V is a very aspirated sound. Aspirated means that it uses a lot of air. Okay. Some other aspirated sounds are things like H. You're putting out a lot of air. Air is coming out, right? Ch is a very aspirated sound. The CH, air, right? It sounds, anytime it sounds like air escaping, something, that is an aspirated sound. So think about the sound that those little party things, right? Or like a power tool, like a drill. And try mimicking those sounds, and those will help you with your V sounds. Okay?
Yeah.
And then the other one is v, right? So here is the difference between the F and the V. They make the same shape on your mouth,
Yeah.
right? But v, you feel it down here. You have a vibrate for v, comes from here, but F is soft in your throat. But the lip and the teeth placement is the same. Okay, do you want to try F? It's just soft air coming out. So free, first.
First.
Fox.
Fox.
Yep. Feet.
Feet.
Yep. And you notice how they feel sort of the same on your mouth.
Yeah.
But V sort of vibrates in your throat. Almost like, yeah, in the same way that buzz, like Z, vibrates in your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah. But F does not. It's like, it's like a spring breeze. It's so soft. Yep. And then QU is going to sound like this, by the way. Yeah, it's going to sound like KW together. Yeah. So, but it is 7 o'clock already.
Yeah.
You did really well today,
Thank
Jenny. I was
you.
super pleased. Next time, we will work on, since your pronunciations are getting better and better, next time
Yeah.
we will focus more on your reading speed and your reading tone and making sure that we pause at punctuations, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.